Hello, this is forecaster Dante Brown Royal from the Weather Van Storm Prediction Center. Today we're going to cover a few aspects of for our winter podcast on the storm today that's affecting the southeast. It'll affect the mid-Atlantic and areas of the northeast later on Monday through Tuesday. And a possible another storm that's going to be similar in construction come this upcoming Friday, but there will be bone-chilling cold regardless. So wherever you get snow, it's going to stay around all week. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to look at a few models, and we're going to also look at the snowfall forecast for that. Okay. Well, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the actual radar. This is from AccuWeather.com. I claim no credit for this. This is the actual current radar as of 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And you can tell that around through Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, all the way through Arkansas, they had about a nice 4 to 7 and 8 inches. It's going to come all the way through areas of Arkansas and areas of northern Mississippi and areas of Tennessee and Kentucky, areas of Southwest Virginia. They're going to get a nice 4 to 7 inches, and then as this first initial wave of low pressure is going to come up and through, and it's going to kind of provide a brief period of snow. But here's the key. It's not going to be a heavy snow. It'll be a light to moderate snow, but the temperature is going to be so cold that everything that falls will stick. Like tomorrow, temperatures should not get above freezing at all. And once the snow starts falling, the temperatures will get farther below freezing, and that's what's going to help with the sticking. So everything that falls will stick. And areas farther to the north and west, where it's even colder, talk about snow ratios. The ratios will be higher. So instead of 10 inches, usually 1 inch of rain equals 10 inches of snow. The colder it gets, you get in the mid 20s, 1 inch of rain might be 15 inches of snow. So you could get 0.2 of an inch of rain and end up with 4 inches of snow. So we're just going to take a look through there. But now here around Washington and in the mid-Atlantic, it's not much going on. The National Weather Service issued something about a chance of some light snow overnight in certain areas. And because the temperatures and the ground and everything is so cold, whatever falls will stick. A lot of roads are not treated right now. That could lead to some problems in the morning. So be careful if you have to go out to work in the Mid-Atlantic and the District of Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania. Now, those advisories and special weather statements. This is current conditions in the DMV. As you can tell, there's a special weather statement, which is what I just talked to you guys about, that there's a chance of some light snow overnight that could potentially cause some light snow overnight that will amount to less than an inch of snow, most likely, or about an inch in the Mid-Atlantic area. And with the temperatures being so cold, the ground being cold, whatever falls will stick, and there will be slick spots, especially on bridge and high elevated areas. So be careful while you're out on the road. Winter weather advisories are already posted in areas of Charlottesville, Fredericksburg, Culpeper, Franklin, Monterey, Elkins, West Virginia for the storm coming Monday afternoon through afternoon on Tuesday. That's a whole different weather system. I expect once the overnight model runs come in tonight, that will be expanded up into the D.C., Baltimore, Montgomery County, Howard County areas. And can I find it here? This is for tonight, by the way. This one that you're seeing right here is for tonight. Expected snow totals, maybe about up to an inch. This is where it says winter weather advisory is issued from late tonight through early Monday afternoon for portions of West Virginia and Virginia. 1 to 3 inches of snow expected. Up to 1 inch of snow is possible up in the I-95 corridor as well, which could impact morning commutes. That's what that is. Okay, so we're back. This is what the National Weather Service has mentioned for the area. This is the expected total snowfall event. This isn't the low end or high end amount. The high end amount says you could get up to about 6 to 8 inches of snow. They aren't expecting that. This is them saying this is a median of what the lowest might be. The lowest is about 2 to 3 inches. There's the highest, and this is what they expect, right? 4 to 5 inches of snow potentially for areas of DC, Montgomery County, and the models have consistently showed I-95 as that corridor that potentially gets the most snow. And the NAM model, however, puts that more to the north and west. It stands on its own on that, though. The European model, the GFS model, the Canadian model, all keeps it along that I-95 corridor. So for right now, we'll stick with that. 3 to 4 inches for Baltimore. Frederick, about 4 to 5. The Shenandoah Valley, all the way down to the southwest, about 4 to 5 inches of snow. The farther west you go, which is so weird with the storm, the farther north and west you go out to Cumberland and Romney, you might only get 1 to 3 inches. That snow hole is usually over the District, Maryland, and Virginia. And even the southern Maryland areas will get in on some of the snow as well. So an area-wide light snow event. This is light compared to what usually happens during an El Nino winter. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. Here's what the models, this is what I meant when I said the model runs, right? We dealt with, this is from pivotalweather.com. Talks about 3 inches. Remember I said that minimum amount of snow is about 2 to 3 inches for areas of the mid-Atlantic. And that's the low end on all the models. This is the low end model. Gives you about 3 inches for Washington, D.C., 3 inches for Baltimore. And as you head up into northern central Maryland, you're talking about close to 5-6 inches. That's not where most of the models are leading. See this 7-8 inches that'll come through West Virginia, the mountains of Kentucky, all the way down to Tennessee? We're not getting that. That won't happen. Look all the way up into the mid-Atlantic, to the northeast, though. They get the same 3-4 inches out of this whole system once it finally finishes wrapping up. That's the NAM, right? Let's go over to the GFS, which has the center of the snow farther to the south, almost similar to the European model. This is the latest GFS model run, shows about 6 inches for Richmond. That might be a little extreme. About 3.7. Now this is the 12Z run, so let's see about the latest run. It ups those antes a little bit, almost 7 inches for areas like Richmond now, and you have 3.6 for areas of Baltimore, Washington, about 4 to 5 inches, and that's not even including snow ratios by the end of the storm and by the time it wraps out. Let's look at the European real quick. That's a 12Z. I can't show you the latest European because that's premium. But that, you see, once again, that lower end is about 3 inches of snow. And the latest European model run that I've seen has it up into that 4-5 inch range. So there's just some things to think about or to meditate on as we go into the next few hours. Now, let's run through the computer models real quick. This is the current situation. It's that actually, you just saw this on the computer models, on the national radar. The snow that's here in the southern areas of the United States, how it, by tomorrow morning, it spreads out. There's that light snow that's coming through the mid-Atlantic. It's a little bit heavier as you head off into the south and west, and then more moderate snow around Richmond according to this model run, right? And then the moderate snow moves up into Washington as you get into later Monday afternoon and Monday evening. It still continues to snow at least a light rate in the DC, Baltimore, Northern Virginia area. Most of Virginia snows most of the day tomorrow, and you can see this really developing. You have even more moderate snow coming down. This is as you get into Tuesday morning and then into Tuesday afternoon, you're still seeing some light to moderate snow. And this all gets out of here. Maybe some flurries late Tuesday evening. And this thing kicks out and moves on up to the north. And the cold air that comes in behind it, let me actually, let's see. Nope, that's the wrong one. Look at the temperatures. Look at the air temperatures. You're talking about some -7s, -9s up in Iowa and Minnesota, and some negative sub-zero degree temperatures as you head into areas of Tennessee. If you come even closer, let's do this. Let's go to the Northeast. We're talking about teens. This is valid about 12Z Wednesday. So this is Wednesday morning. Temperatures are in the teens at this point. And look at the highs. You're talking about them not really getting above freezing at all. These are just temperatures going through Thursday. So whatever falls will stay for a nice period of time. Now that we're talking about Thursday, let's zoom back out for real quick. Let's just look at the eastern U.S. You can see almost a similar setup. The snow batch is a little farther to the north. So you're talking about areas of Indiana and Ohio and northern Kentucky, them getting that period of light to moderate snow, where today areas south of that would have gotten that light to moderate snow. Snow builds up and over the area. Come Friday, early Friday morning, mainly to the northern half of the area. As the storm transfers to the coast, you can see some flurries. Most of the snow staying off to the north, and it really develops and bombs out as it heads off to sea. Areas like New Jersey might get a few inches of snow out of that, and it gets cold again after that. And then as you head into next week, things start to warm up a bit. If you look at this is the European model. It doesn't go out that far on this model run. This is the storm that we were talking about, and this is what I meant when I said the NAM was sitting out on its own. The European model almost agrees directly with the GFS model. There's one more model I wanted to show you all. Let's go back to the 12Z on the European, because this shows the same storm. Not too much has changed. Same storm. You go off into Thursday. There's that little spit of energy, and the energy to the south. This is snow. This is all snow up here. Still snow. The low pressure, the moderate snow through certain areas here. It transfers its energy off the coast. So you get a nice patch of snow that comes to the mid-Atlantic. This will be more of a Pennsylvania storm. You might get an extra inch or two on top of what you already have. The Canadian, it's not usually the most reliable model, but will humor me just for the purposes of today's winter podcast. Let's go back. Same storm. Light to moderate snow comes in. The models push this right on through. This is a quick move. Well, about a 24-hour storm. Gets cold right behind it. Stays cold. That 540 line during the wintertime usually is the temperature. If you follow the 540 line, not in all situations, but in most situations during the winter, the 540 line is usually where you can tell where the freezing temperature is currently. You can see the same storm system coming right on through. Light snow on Friday into Saturday. Most of the snow stays up to the north and moves out. Gets colder again on the back end. And then as you head into next week, it warms up. We've had a lot that we just went over. So just to keep it in, there's a chance of snow tonight. Right? District Maryland and Virginia. It will be a fairly light snow or fine snow, but it will be something just enough to coat the ground. Okay? Enough to coat the grounds. roads are frozen or really cold, so whatever falls on the roads will stick, so be careful when driving. And then tomorrow, as we head into Monday and Tuesday, there will be a light to moderate snow starting really in the afternoon, around 3 to 5 p.m. And that light snow will continue till Tuesday, to about 5 to 7 p.m. And during that period of time, as I showed you from the expected snow forecast, let me show you all this again. The expected snowfall forecast here of 4 to 5 inches of snow, 3 to 4. You could honestly, if you just want to put a general synopsis of what might happen in this whole general area that we're talking about right now, you're talking about maybe 2 to 5 inches of snow. Anywhere that's low as 2, in certain areas you can boom and get 5. Okay, so that's what we're talking about right now. As I said, winter weather advisory for areas to the south, Spotsylvania County, from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., where there can be slippery conditions and a chance for snow. As we had slippery conditions and a chance for 1 to 2 inches of snow along the Shenandoah Valley. You're getting some snow. I know last week it said that we'd be threading a needle, and to get a big storm like it was showing earlier in the week, it was talking about 12, 13 inches of snow. You had to thread such a needle, and just to squeeze this storm out, you're threading such a needle for this thing to happen, because the deck is stacked against you to a degree. So for those of you who love snow, this is your storm. Maybe you get another one on Friday. We'll have another winter weather podcast episode tomorrow, and we'll talk about some more as the storm approaches. We might even go live and talk about some more of what might happen in the near future. But in the meantime, my name is Dante Avery Brown Royal. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Winter Weather Podcast. Enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. That's what Joe Bastardi used to say all the time from AccuWeather.com, and I love that man. In retrospect, though, cold and snow, that's I've kept the receipts for those of you who don't want snow. So anyway, we're wrapping this up. Y'all have a wonderful day. More content's coming on the website soon, but this is something, right? Y'all have a wonderful day.